When you think of Tom Cruise, you immediately picture that dazzling magazine cover smile, the insane stunts hanging off a flying plane, the full-speed chases in the Mission Impossible films, and the tireless energy that has made him a true Hollywood legend. But behind that polished professional image, behind the always smiling and ultra-disciplined public figure, lies a much stricter, almost ruthless side. Tom Cruise is not someone who forgets. If you disrespect him, challenge his deepest beliefs, or, worse, embarrass him in front of the world, rest assured there will be no second chance. Today, I'm going to tell you about 3 celebrities who found themselves on the wrong side of his radar. And no, this isn't just about on-set arguments. These are big names, personal tensions, and silent wars that have left long-lasting marks. Get the popcorn ready, because the drama is real. Let's start with one of the most explosive cases, a real clash of titans, Tom Cruise versus Brad Pitt. The two shared the screen in Interview with the Vampire, and even back then, it was clear something wasn't right. You'd think 2 megastars like them would create sparks, in a good way. Not even close. According to people on set, the tension was thick enough to cut with a knife. Brad was always a bit detached, laid back, the classic cool guy who doesn't take himself too seriously. Tom, on the other hand, the complete opposite. A perfectionist, methodical, fully immersed in his role. 2 styles that didn't complement each other. They collided. Apparently, Brad found Tom overwhelming, almost suffocating to work with. And Tom? He saw Brad as cold, distant, and completely uninterested in building a real rapport between co-stars. In the end, they didn't seem like colleagues. They seemed like 2 people forced to share space without even wanting to speak to each other. But the most telling part, they've never worked together again. Not once. Not even in ensemble projects where you'd expect a flood of stars on screen. 0. And in a place like Hollywood, where everyone eventually crosses paths, that silence says a lot. Brad even called the whole experience miserable in an interview. Anyone who knows Tom knows that statements like that, even if indirect, leave a scar. As usual, Cruise never responded publicly, but the message is clear. That bridge collapsed, and it's never being rebuilt. Now let's move on to a very different kind of feud, but just as intense, the one with Brooke Shields. And this time, the issue wasn't a movie, a set, or creative differences. This time, it was personal. Deeply personal. In 2005, Brooke Shields publicly shared her struggle with postpartum depression, a tough battle she got through with the help of antidepressants. It was a powerful message that helped countless women who were suffering in silence. But for Tom, a devoted follower of Scientology, those words were seen as a direct challenge. His religion strongly condemns psychiatry and the use of psychiatric medications. So, during an interview on The Today Show, Tom openly criticized Brooke live on air, calling her use of antidepressants dangerous and irresponsible. It was a PR disaster. People were shocked. Tom, usually composed and diplomatic, came across as rigid, unpleasant, and insensitive about a very delicate topic. Brooke clapped back with a letter in the New York Times that hit like a knockout punch. She accused Cruise of ignorance, of minimizing women's experiences, and of spreading dangerous misinformation. The public's reaction was immediate. Everyone stood with Brooke. Psychiatrists, activists, other celebrities all condemned Cruise's comments. Even though Tom reportedly apologized to her privately later on, the truth is that the two have never appeared together publicly since. No collaborations, no candid photos, nothing. Just a cold silence, occasionally broken by indirect remarks. People close to them say they maintain a kind of respectful distance, but no one really believes that wound has healed. And now we get to the final rivalry on the list, perhaps the most embarrassing for Tom, because it all happened live, on camera, in front of the entire world. We're talking about that infamous interview with NBC journalist Matt Lauer, which went viral before viral was even a thing. It was 2005. Tom was promoting War of the Worlds. Everything seemed to be going smoothly until Lauer brought up the topic of antidepressants and mental health, referring to the Brooke Shields situation. And that's when Tom completely lost control. He accused Lauer of being superficial and presumptuous. The atmosphere instantly turned tense. Tom's tone became sharp, his stare intense, almost interrogative. Lauer tried to steer the conversation back on track, but it was clear the interview had become a minefield. The segment immediately went viral. Talk shows mocked it. The media obsessed over it for weeks. And Cruz? He began to appear more and more isolated. Once again, no public apology, no backtracking. Years later, when Matt Lauer's career collapsed amid serious workplace misconduct allegations, Tom didn't say a word. No comment, no tweet, absolutely nothing. But those close to him said that his silence spoke volumes. He wasn't surprised, and he certainly wasn't crying for him. 3 stories, 3 big names, 3 wars never officially declared but fought with surgical precision. In a place like Hollywood, where every relationship can open doors or shut them forever, ending up on Tom Cruise's blacklist is no small matter. It's a point of no return, no second chances, no gray area. Now tell me, which of these rivalries shocked you the most? Do you think Tom overreacted, or was he right to defend his beliefs no matter the cost? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And if you want more juicy behind-the-scenes drama from the world of the stars, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell. Because in Hollywood, even the brightest smiles sometimes hide the darkest secrets. See you next time.